Hope you're doing good. I'm about to do the dishes, right? But I was listening to this interview by Grant Cardone and I forgot his name. And what's his name? Bradley. Yeah. And Bradley asked him like, "Hey, how much money do I need in order for me to invest with you, and how long will it be gone?" Right? Um, and And Grant Cardone said, "You only need $1,000, right?" And Bradley said, "Well, what if I only have $1,000 in the bank?" Grant Cardone said, "Well, you should do it, right?" And and Bradley was like, "What? But I only have $1,000." And Grant Cardone was like, "Well, you're already broke. What's gonna change, right?" And this answer just made it was so funny to me because this is what happens every single day, right? You have people who are complaining about a price of a service, right? But their main argument is that, hey, I don't have money, right? So the little money that I have, if I do invest it with you, then I'm gonna be even more broke. But it's like the probability of you winning or of not being broke by saving money is like zero, literally, right? Like there is no sense of you saving $1,000, of saving 5 grand, that will make you wealthier, right? For me, the way that I've started seeing money now, it's like energy, right? It's like potential energy. But if you don't use it, you like lose it, right? So if you're currently in a state where you have access to capital, but like you have bigger dreams, you have bigger aspirations, and you actually want to stop having to worry about capital, about cash flow and things like that, like you need to start leveraging this energy that you have access to. You have access to banks, you have access to credit cards. When I used to work at my 9 to 5, every paycheck I swiped my credit card, right? Not to the point that I was broke, but I never kept myself from not buying information because I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I didn't like accumulate all this knowledge, right? So if you're so where you're not like if you're currently in a state that you're not happy with and you have, bigger goals, trust me, get rid of all the energy that you have. It could be energy of your body, right? It could be people who can work for you on commission so you can leverage other people's energy, right? But the easiest thing to leverage is capital, 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 okay? I have a business today, okay? I pay over 30 grand in payroll every single month, right? If you add, now that we're gonna be doing ad spend, I'm gonna be spending more than I used to make in a year every single month, okay? But I make 3 times that every single month, right? But imagine if I tried saying like, "Hey, Serge, you know what? Let's try to not pay anyone. Let's try to only keep our our salaries under 10 grand a month, right? So that I can go flexing to my high school friends and be like, hey, you know what? I make 15 grand a month, right? What's that though? It's nothing, right? The more energy you put at play, the more you create at the bottom line, right? Or the top line, or like you have to get rid of something if you want to grow, right? The more money I put in people, the bigger my team is, the more money we make. The more brains we have on our team, the more energy we have, the more people have ideas. Like it just works better, right? So what I can suggest you is try to get big fast, man. And the only way you're gonna get big is by doing things that most people are afraid of, right? So, when I started my business, like it took me a while to start before I started reinvesting in the business. Like even today, like we probably still have like 40% of all the money we've ever generated, and it's technically like It's like 80% of all the profits that I've ever made. Like it's still in a bank account, right? And I hate it. I hate it with all my, like every single atom in my body hates the fact that I have a lot of money in the bank, literally, right? And nobody will tell you this, and because, they're trying to sell you a dream. But like having money in the bank is the most inefficient thing that you can ever have, you can ever do, right? That's why you're going to start seeing a lot of my ads everywhere, because I'd rather your friends know me than have money in the bank. I'd rather your teachers know me rather than have money in the bank. I'd rather the president know me rather than having money in the bank. I need eyeballs. I need attention. I need new people. Because the next money that I want to access, they have it. Okay? So once you start understanding that, like, trying to save your way to getting rich is literally the dumbest thing that you can ever do. You need to get good at creating it. And then you save it for a little while. And then you put it back at something that can actually create cash flow without you having to work, right? So if you're in a position where like you have a few $1,000 and you could pay someone to literally help you change your life, what are you waiting for, right? You're literally one single decision away from changing your whole life, right? So yeah, if you'd like to ask me like what would I do if I was to go back in 2019 and instead of buying online courses, I'd just buy and I'm biased, but I'd literally buy a program where people build shit for me and I didn't have to do anything, where they gave me the right offer, they gave me the right team to scale my acquisition and place the team to do the service delivery for me. And that's how you get really big, right? But if you're broke right now, like, what's the worst case scenario? You're already broke. So it's like saving money, it won't get you anywhere, right? You're already broke, literally, right? And my goal, right now, we don't necessarily serve people who don't necessarily have access to capital. So although I like to make this, although I like to talk to people as if they don't have access to capital, a lot of our customers, it's hard for you to become a customer if you don't have access to a good chunk of money, right? So I don't really try to, we're actually going to stop targeting people who are broke because, they can't really buy our services. So the reason why I'm making this video is because I actually care about you and I've been where you're at and I know the transition and I know how beautiful it gets on the other side. So if you're watching this video, trust me. I don't need you to buy anything from me. Maybe at some point, okay? But trust me. Please bet on yourself. Invest in the potential and probability of you winning, okay? That's it. Stop making decisions. Stop being afraid to invest in yourself. Go after it. Bye-bye.